90% of people become flexible with these 5 stretches. Have you ever tried stretching and felt like your own body was an obstacle? As if just getting into the position was already too uncomfortable? Well, you're not alone. Many people avoid stretching because they think they need to already be flexible to start. But what if I told you there are simple, accessible, and incredibly effective ways to gain flexibility, mobility, and even more vitality, even if you're starting from scratch? Today, I want to introduce you to 5 stretches that anyone can do. Even those who feel pain when bending down, have trouble standing for long periods, or can't touch their toes. And no, you won't need any fancy equipment. In fact, you'll only need something you definitely have at home: a door and the floor. But before we start, let me ask you a question. Do you feel stiff when you wake up? Trouble getting out of bed or moving quickly in the first few minutes of the day? That's more common than it seems, and often a clear sign that the body is losing mobility and elasticity, something that goes far beyond age. And the best part, this can be reversed with the right practice. Next, I'm going to show you each stretch in detail. I'll explain what it does, which muscles and joints it activates, and how it can transform your routine with just a few minutes a day. In fact, I want you to pay special attention to stretch number 5 because it combines several benefits into one movement and might be exactly what you needed to feel light and free again. Shall we begin? Stretch number 1. Doorway chest opener. Imagine you're walking to the bathroom in the morning. Stop in the middle of the doorway as if you're about to enter, but don't go all the way in. Place one foot forward inside the room while the other stays outside, behind you. Now, carefully place your hands on the upper part of the door frame, stretching your arms upward as much as you can. The goal here is to slide your body forward, letting your chest pass through the doorway, as if you're trying to go through a picture frame with your torso. When done correctly, you'll feel a set of interesting sensations happening at the same time. First, the hip flexor of the leg that's behind starts to stretch. This area tightens easily, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. Second, you'll feel a gentle stretch in the upper back, especially in the thoracic region of your spine. This area is crucial for overall trunk mobility, and when it becomes stiff, it affects not just posture, but even your breathing. Third, the shoulders. Since your arms are extended upward, you'll feel a pleasant stretch in the shoulder joints, especially if you usually sleep with your arms down, which builds up tension. Now, with your chest leaning through the doorway, keep your gaze forward and hold the position for 30 seconds. Take a deep breath, then switch legs. Step the other foot forward, bring the previous one back, place your hands the same way, and repeat the movement. You'll notice each side feels different, and that's completely normal. This is one of the most complete stretches to start your day, but we're just getting started. Stretch number 2. Kneeling lunge with chest press. Now that you've felt the power of the first stretch, let's intensify the sensation in the hips and shoulders with a variation that completely changes the stimulus, even though it uses the same doorway. Instead of keeping your body upright, you'll lower the back knee to the floor, as if stepping into a kneeling lunge position. The front foot stays inside the doorway, and the back leg is extended on the ground. This new position creates a more stable base and allows you to deepen the stretch in your hips. Instead of stretching your arms upward like before, now you'll place them at chest level, with your palms pressing against the sides of the door frame. From there, lean your body forward as if trying to pass your chest through the doorway, keeping your spine straight and your gaze forward. This simple change in hand height completely alters the muscular action here. In addition to feeling an even deeper stretch in your hips, now also emphasizing the quadriceps of the leg behind, you begin to engage external shoulder rotation. This rotation is essential for joint health, especially if you've ever felt pain or stiffness when trying to lift your arms. You'll also notice an effort to bring your shoulder blades together, as if trying to pull the tops of your shoulders back. This movement activates the middle part of your back and helps correct a slouched posture. The more you commit to the stretch, the more you'll feel your body opening, loosening, and creating space between your joints. Again, hold the position for about 30 seconds, always breathing consciously, then switch legs and repeat the process on the other side. This transition between both sides allows you to compare the mobility of each leg and reveals where your main stiffness points are. The big advantage of this stretch is that it combines stability with depth. You feel secure, but you also notice the internal challenge of controlling your body's forward movement without losing alignment. And this is a key point for those seeking real results. It's not just about forcing, it's about controlling and sustaining the movement intelligently. At the end of this sequence, it's common to feel a lightness in the hips and a gentle warmth in the shoulders and mid-back. It's a sign that you're unlocking areas that may have been tight for a long time, but hold on tight because the next stretch will take that feeling to another level. Stretch number 3. Hip hinge, reach for the hamstrings. It's time to focus on one of the most neglected and shortened areas of the body, the hamstring muscles. These muscles run along the back of your leg and are essential for your posture, mobility, and even for preventing lower back pain. But here's the secret: most people stretch them incorrectly because they don't understand how the hips should move. If you simply bend your upper body forward, trying to touch your toes, without awareness of the movement, you end up just bending your spine, completely missing the point of the stretch. That's where the concept of hip hinging comes in. Start by standing with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. This wide stance helps with balance and reduces the flexibility demand, great for beginners. Next, place your hands on the inner thighs near the groin and begin pushing your hips backward as if you're trying to touch an invisible wall with your butt. This is the movement we call a hip hinge. A simple, yet incredibly effective action. As you push back, keep your knees as straight as possible, but without locking them. The key here is to feel the stretch grow naturally along the backs of your thighs without having to force anything. Your torso should lean forward, but without rounding your back. Keep your spine straight, especially the lower back. Imagine you're getting ready to pass a football under your legs. If you can maintain proper posture, lower one hand toward the floor, supporting it if possible, then do the same with the other hand. If you can't reach the floor yet, no problem. What matters is keeping good alignment and feeling the stretch take effect. When you hit the sweet spot, it's common to feel a deep and intense stretch in your hamstrings and also in the inner thighs, the adductor region. Take a deep breath and hold the position for 30 seconds. During this time, try to stay steady, avoiding rounding the lower back or letting your upper body fall forward. Focus on keeping your weight evenly distributed, feet planted firmly on the ground, and hips pushing back. The more mindful you are in this movement, the more effective it becomes. By the end, you won't just feel looser leg muscles, but also an incredible sense of lightness in your lower back. That happens because releasing the hamstrings automatically reduces the tension that tends to build up at the base of the spine. This is one of the most transformative stretches for anyone dealing with stiff legs or constant lower back pain. And best of all, it's fully adaptable, safe for anyone to do, and can be repeated several times throughout the day without risk. If you're not feeling a big difference yet, don't worry. Over time, your body will open up and your reach will improve. Now that the hamstrings have been worked on, let's move on to a region that's often forgotten, but absolutely essential for your functional mobility, the upper spine. Stretch number 4, thoracic rotation with rear shoulder relief. Now let's focus on a crucial area that affects your posture, breathing, and even your ability to rotate your torso naturally, the thoracic region of the spine. When this part is stiff, you feel the impact in simple activities like turning your body to grab something behind you, turning your neck to park the car, or even breathing deeply. And the problem is, since it's less active during daily life, stiffness builds up silently. The stretch we're going to do now is simple, but it releases that tension almost immediately. Start by kneeling on the floor with your forearms resting on the ground in a position similar to a crawling baby. This 4-point base offers stability and safety, allowing you to fully focus on the movement. From this position, choose one arm and slide it under the other, as if you were reaching through a tunnel. The goal is to lay your shoulder on the floor, letting the outside of your arm and shoulder make contact with the ground while your torso gently rotates. As soon as your shoulder touches the floor, you'll feel a gentle twist that starts in your upper back and spreads through the opposite shoulder. This thoracic rotation is one of the most powerful ways to restore spinal mobility without requiring strength or effort. At the same time, you'll feel a deep stretch in the rear deltoid, that muscle behind the shoulder that usually holds tension due to poor posture and lack of movement. Rest your head on the floor, relax your neck, and take a deep breath. Stay like this for 30 seconds, feeling the twist deepen naturally. Don't force your body. Let the weight of your torso guide the movement. The more you relax, the easier it will be to release the buildup tension. After this time, slowly return to the starting position and repeat the movement on the other side, sliding the opposite arm under and rotating your torso the other way. During the rotation, it's common to feel subtle cracks or a sensation of opening in the mid-back area. This is a good sign. It means your joints are freeing up. This stretch is ideal to do at the end of the day, especially if you've spent a lot of time sitting or hunched over. It's also great for people who suffer from shoulder pain or upper back discomfort. By the end of both sides, you'll feel relief relief and expansion, as if your chest has opened and your body feels lighter. It's like releasing an internal knot you didn't even know was there. And that's one of the biggest advantages of working on thoracic rotation. It not only improves your flexibility, but also helps with your body's overall alignment. Now that you've unlocked the upper spine, let's go back down and dive into one of the deepest movements to release both the hips and the back at once. Stretch number 5. Deep flexion with sweep and expansion. Now that your torso is more relaxed and your back is releasing built-up tension, it's time to go even deeper, literally, with one of the most restorative movements you can do. This stretch combines breathing, joint mobility, and deep hip flexion in a position that might seem simple, but delivers powerful effects to several areas at once. Start again on the floor, this time with your knees wide apart and your feet angled slightly outward. Sit back, bringing your glutes toward your heels, as far as your body allows. Don't force it, just go to the point where you feel stable and comfortable. From there, stretch your arms forward and gently rest your forehead on the floor. This is an active variation of the position known as child's pose, but here we'll add a key element, the sweeping motion. With your arms extended on the floor, begin a broad sweeping motion, as if you're pushing something toward the horizon. Reach out as far as possible, feeling your spine lengthen, shoulders expand, and hips settle. When you reach the farthest point, open your arms to the sides, as if you're drawing a large arc on the floor until they are parallel to your body, next to your legs. Then, repeat the movement. Bring your arms forward again in a sweeping arc and stretch fully. This movement provides a dual benefit. First, it activates and deeply stretches the thoracic spine, especially when the arms are fully extended and aligned with the shoulders. This extension relieves upper back stiffness and even improves breathing capacity. Second, the deep hip flexion in this position helps open the hips and relieve compression in the lower back, something that affects most people who spend long hours sitting. With each sweep, you also stretch and activate the shoulder muscles and rotator cuff, which are often neglected in traditional stretching routines. Do this movement for 10 repetitions, breathing deeply and steadily. With each rep, try to reach a little farther with your arms and allow your hips to sink even more toward your heels. If you can't touch your glutes to your heels, that's okay. Just go as far as your body allows and respect your limits. Over time, this distance will decrease and the stretch will become even more effective. At the end, remain with your arms extended forward for another 30 seconds, feeling your entire body expand. It's common to finish this exercise with a nearly meditative feeling, as if your body is lighter and your mind calmer. This stretch is perfect for ending the day, preparing your body for rest, or even starting your morning with a deep reset. And even though it may seem like we've already worked all the major regions of the body, there are still 2 powerful stretches left to complement everything we've done so far. And the next one is specially designed to release one of the most important areas for stability and mobility, the lateral chain of the body.